Welcome to Gotham Season 2, Episode 3, The Last Laugh Breakdown. I don't want anyone to go anywhere because we have a magician tonight. So, let's just go ahead and address the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and that would be, yes, I have a million I told you so's coming my way. Jerome VALESKA is not the Joker. Okay, you happy? Okay, let's get on with our lives. Okay, wait a minute. So, Jerome VALESKA is not the Joker. I disagree. I disagree with that statement. Because the Joker is not a man. He is an idea. I read that shit somewhere in an interview with the guy who played Jerome VALESKA, Cameron Monaghan, and I think that's just denial. But that's okay. We'll go with that. I believe that Jerome VALESKA laid down the foundation which the Joker would grow from. And whoever the Joker becomes will look at Jerome VALESKA and go, oh my God, that is an interesting idea. Wow, I can dig that. You know, and I don't look at it as he's imitating Jerome VALESKA. I just look at it as he's creating his own deal. And look, we're all creative people, but we all have muses. And don't shake your heads at me. Yes, you do. Everyone has a muse. I personally have not had the pleasure of being a muse yet, but I'm pretty sure I might be one someday. But, however, I believe he started his muse of an instrument of some kind to become the Joker. So, with that being said, we're going to move on to the episode. Bullock and Gordon are back as a crime-fighting duo team. They are tossing... I'm sorry, my ceiling fan's blowing. It's blowing my hair into my mouth. Just waiting for the ceiling fan to stop. Okay, so... what's his name? Bullock and Gordon are throwing thugs out of windows as interrogating methods to try to get information about the maniacs. This, considering the fact that these two have never worn a pair of fucking gloves to investigate a crime scene since day one that this show started, it does not faze me that they don't use the best method of investigating. They are not CSI or GSI, whatever. I mean, I get it. The GCPD is thirsty and hungry for answers after everything that went down last week. Bullock even brings up to Gordon, hey, let's go to the Penguin. Maybe he knows something. And Gordon, considering what he recently did, is not really on board for that. That's not a good idea, considering the fact that I may or may not have killed someone for a favor, like getting my job back. So if you're gonna go talk to him, you can go solo on this one. So during this time period of discussing the Penguin, Bullock conveniently gets a tip that the blind fortune teller, who was, or is, Jerome VALESKA's father, who was in the circus, carnival, whatever, never left town. He stayed in town. He never left. And so they think, okay, well, this is a good idea. Let's go talk to this guy. Let's see if maybe he knows where Jerome is, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, right now, Tabitha and Barbara are lovers. Chick, I don't care. Next. Now we've got Jerome beating Gordon and Bullock to his father's apartment to announce to his blind father that he is going to frame him for the escape of the maniacs and that stuff that went down. Okay, so let me get this straight. You're going to frame your blind father who framed you so well for your mother's murder because of that, the bottom didn't fall out of that idea at all. So he's going to be the mastermind behind getting you and your friends out of Arkham Asylum. Do I need to remind you that this man took your mom's body, threw it in the back of a truck, threw a tarp over her, and called it a fucking night? Does that ring any bells? But again, the GCPD does not thoroughly investigate crime scenes or use gloves. So yeah, they're gonna buy it. They're gonna buy it. Totally. All over it. All over it. Oh, and let's not forget the murder weapon basically got tossed into the GCPD parking lot. So, okay, I'm off that tangent, but I'm just throwing it out there. So at this point, Jerome is rambling on to his father about how his alcoholic whorish of a mother would fornicate with her boyfriends, and then they would beat him for fun. And he would end up outside their trailer crying, and he would see his dad, but he didn't know it was his dad. So it was his dad, not dad, telling the Joker, not Joker, you know, man up, get over it, stop crying, knock it off. So at this point, he kills his father, he stabs him in the eye, which he didn't see coming. Sorry, couldn't help myself, but I'm going to hell anyways in a handbasket, so what does it matter at this point? So at this point, Bullock and Gordon bust in the room. They find dead blind daddy dead with a knife sticking out of his eyeball, and Gordon goes to examine the now crime scene, and of course Bullock, not wearing gloves, goes over to dead daddy and immediately removes his hand from atop of a cup, and this gas shoots him in the face. Now I can only assume this is like maybe the same gas that Gallivan used on Mallrat Sailboy back in episode 1. I'm not sure, because they didn't really pass out, they just hallucinated. But anyway, Gordon runs over, throws him in the hallway, and they're both like kind of weirding out and all this stuff from the gas. And the Joker, sorry, excuse me, I guess I'm in denial. What can I say? So the Joker, not Joker, shows up in the hallway. He gets in a fight with Gordon. Gordon tries to choke him out. Tabitha Gallivan shows up and knocks him the fuck out. And that's the end of that. So basically, he's there, and Gordon and Bullock 100%, do you hear me? Believe that this guy broke the maniacs out of Arkham Asylum with the evidence that they found in the apartment. Just, God, if I lived in Gotham, I would get away with so much shit from the investigative geniuses that live there. Okay, moving on. Sit tight. We have a magician coming. So all of Gotham is shitting their pants about this fucking magician that is coming to this children's benefit. All high society will be there. Little Bruce Wayne and Alfred show up, and Bruce catches Selina Kyle, aka Little Catwoman in training, pickpocketing these rich guys that are there for the benefit. And Bruce decides he's gonna tell Selina, you know, this is a children's benefit. It's probably not a good idea to go stealing money that they could be donating. Let me tell you something, Selina don't give a fuck. She doesn't give a fuck. She's a cat burglar, Bruce. Did she not just push a guy out a window last season and kill him? Do you think your little 2.5 second speech is going to stop her from picking somebody's pocket? I don't think so. God, why are some guys like that? So Lee, Gordon's girlfriend, and the resident doctor, what have you, at the GCPD, introduces herself to Bruce Wayne and Alfred. I just want to go on the record right now and saying Alfred macks down on Lee. I mean, he wants some of that. He really does. And he lays it on thick. He's tired of going on one-hand dates with himself. He wants some of that. He's all like, so, you know, you can come up to Wayne Manor sometime, and I'll make a, you know, you can swing by any time and I'll make a dinner for you. Okay. Okay. But I also know like a chef, and I can have this really expensive chef come over and cook for us. So, wait a minute. Who's the chef? Wait a minute. My panties dropped for certain chefs. Splendid. So like after this whole thing, you know, donate money to kids and stuff, maybe you can donate to the Alfred Pennyworth panty dropping fund. I'm kind of dating Jim Gordon. I guess I should mention that first. But can I get a rain check? I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I just made an asshole out of myself, so I have to think about that. Anyway, so Jerome shows up as the magician, and he's doing all of his tricks. He's entertaining the crowd. He gets the mayor up there. He's got Barbara as his sidekick, magician girl. And he's doing all these. He's wowing everybody. He's got everyone exactly where he wants them. And then all of a sudden, he fucking stabs the mayor in the chest and kills him. And of course, everyone's like, oh, but instead of like being, oh, let's get the fuck out of here, most of them just sit there. Seriously, if you watch the episode, like a couple people get up, but the rest of them just sit there. Like, I guess if I were that rich, my wallet would probably be an anchor problem. Like, I probably wouldn't be able to get up because I have that much money in my pocket. Like, I have that big a fat wad in my pocket. It's not wrong on so many levels. So, some people are scurrying around, some aren't because of their fat wads. Bruce sees Selena darting off. He, being the little dumbass stage 5 clinger that he is, goes chasing after her, tries to convince her, you need to stay. And she's like, no, goddammit, it's all about me. When are you going to learn that? So he kind of puts 2 and 2 together and gets a half and turns around and goes back. Runs into Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon's like, no, you don't have to do this. And he's like, yes, I do, because I'm fucking Batman in training. So Gordon gives him a little bitty little cricket pellet gun and gives it to him. So he runs out of the curtain. He slams into Alfred. He passes this little gun off to Alfred and lets the Joker not Joker take him on stage. I mean, there's all kinds of shit going on in the scene. First of all, I think we've established in this entire first season and this season so far that Selena Kyle is the guy in the relationship and Bruce Wayne is the total chick. Second, how the fuck do you pass a gun off in between an exchange like that? I couldn't even pass a note like that in middle school and not get fucking caught. So, okay, well, next. So during all these unbelievable shenanigans, Theo Galavan stands up and he's going to play the hero. He's going to lead everyone to believe that he's the hero. And he stands up and goes, well, you know what? You Joker, not Joker guy, we're tired of this and we're not putting up with it anymore. And I'm going to get on stage and I'm going to make a big speech and stuff. And then he gets knocked out. So Gordon's freaking out. He's rallying his troops. Once again, we're live streaming on live TV, and the shit is hitting the fan big time. He's got, Joker Not Joker has got the little Bruce Wayne, Batman in training. He's got a knife up to his neck. He's already started to cut him. And all of a sudden, Galavan gets up from his little nap and stabs Jerome in the neck. And that is when I went, what the fuck just happened? All of my dreams of him being the Joker just, they're like a fart in the wind now. They're gone. Okay, sorry about that. But anyway, so he stabs him. As Jerome's going down, he kind of says, look, I know this isn't how we rehearsed. And Jerome is looking up at him with this look on his face that it's not a, it's a why. It's like, why, you know, kind of look. And it's kind of sad because he did kind of trust this guy to kind of guide him. And he's done everything that this guy has asked. And he kills him. But also, then again, it makes sense because he needs to be the hero. Gallivan needs to be the hero to get people to trust him. So he can stir up more shit. So, that's done. Bruce Wayne escapes his clutches, runs to Alfred. Alfred is standing there and basically fucking still doesn't matter what happens. He's still macking on Lee. While Gordon is standing right there. And Gordon is kind of looking like, is this like 85-year-old motherfucker hitting on my girlfriend right now? Oh, yeah. So anyway, Bruce and Alfred leave and Gordon is like all about, I guess, seeing another guy hit on his girlfriend totally turned him on and awaken that bulge in his pocket because he's all like, kiss me, because he never wants to kiss her. She's always like, kiss me in public, and now he's just all about diving down her throat. So I guess it's true, if a guy sees another guy hitting on his girl, it's a turn on. I wouldn't know. Oh, and Barbara escapes, but nobody gives a shit. So after all is said and done, Bullock goes to Penguin and basically tells him, you know, look, we're confirming here without actually saying it that yes, Gordon fucked up and you're gonna sweep that shit under the carpet and we're gonna bid this conversation adieu. I mean, seriously, he's like, I'm not gonna deal with it. You're not going to put out there for me to deal with. Okay, we all know what happened, and we're going to leave it alone at this point. And Penguin does not like it at all. And to me, this just kind of opens up the door for Penguin and Bullock to really hate each other. Because if you remember, Bullock and Fish Mooney kind of had that awkward as fuck kiss that nobody really ever acknowledged. Still to this day, I don't know what the fuck happened. But he's like rubbing in his face. You'll always be that guy that held the umbrella over Fish Mooney. That is all you will ever be. And that touches a nerve with the Penguin. And so, you know, he takes a sip out of his cup, out of Penguin's wine, and then leaves. And Penguin throws a hissy, throws a wine glass, says, get me another drink. And that's the end of the episode. Oh, wait, it ends with a bunch of guys laughing like the Joker. You've got some kid who looks like he's been neglected by his parents. You got two sickos hanging out in an alley, stabbing some poor homeless guy to death, and then they start stabbing each other. So that just proves that Jerome did start something, because they said, what you did will echo in the halls of eternity. Kids will think of you and be scared. I mean, he really did lay something out here. And I just pray, I hope and pray that Gotham sticks with the momentum that it has been carrying this first 3 episodes. It has been amazing. It has been great. And mainly, I think in part, that has to be with the Maniac storyline and with Jerome VALESKA. And I'm sad that he's gone. I just hope that Gotham will, and I'm confident that it will, find a way to carry this momentum and stay on this high, because they're up there right now. And I'm their biggest cheerleader. So I hope they can keep it up. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of hoping that Jerome wouldn't be dead and they would tuck him away for another day, because I know how you all feel, my pets. I know how you feel. I didn't want him to die either, and I felt very upset. Very upset. I was hoping we'd see him again one day, and maybe we will. But they're really going to have to find someone who can really pull off the Joker or whatever. Because there's just some very, very big shoes to fill. And, you know, at the end of the day, he didn't overdo playing the Joker because he wasn't the Joker. He was pulling from every, I think, Joker aspect that he could and just throwing it in his little Joker crockpot and making it his own. And that's what you do as actors. You want to make it your own because you want to be remembered. And I think he did an amazing job. With that being said, please go to YouTube and subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown. Please go to Facebook and like My Weekly Meltdown. Let's build this empire together, please. Please. And I hope you all are doing what you were meant to be doing and destined to be doing on this earth. And I will leave you with these final words before I go. This town needs an enema.